Welcome back to this channel. Masked men send message to Sanwo, tells him to drop MC Oluomo as park manager or there will be trouble. The news in details. No less than 100 masked men yesterday disrupted commercial and traffic activities at Fagba, Iju area of Lagos State, calling on the state governor Babajide Sanwo to drop Muslin Akinsola, aka MC Oluomo, as chairman. Park Management Committee for peace to reign in the state. It was learned that the hoodlums were dressed in black uniform and were said to be chanting, "We don't want MC Oluomo as chairman Park Management Committee," saying to avoid crisis in the state, Governor Sanwo should allow National Union of Road Transport Workers to operate or drop Oluomo. Sources in the area told our correspondent that the presence of the marksmen created panic and confusion among residents and motorists who abandoned their vehicles, tricycles, and ran away for fear of being hit by stray bullets. The sources said the hoodlums arrived the area around 8 a.m. and prevented vehicular movement and commercial activities as policemen stationed at the junction couldn't stop the men from disrupting traffic activities in the area. Our correspondent also gathered that it was when operatives of Rapid Response Squad and the policemen from the area got to the scene that they were able to disperse them. Meanwhile, when operatives of the RRS got to the scene, they complemented the Divisional Police Unit and Area G Police Command to restore peace to Iju and Fagba area, and the hoodlums were said to have dispersed and peace returned to the area. It will be recalled that on April 6, the Lagos State government set up a 25-member Parks Management Committee to oversee the affairs of all motor parks and garages in the state. The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Gbenga Omotosho, said the committee was in fulfillment of the government's promise to ensure that the events in the National Union of Radio Transport Workers were not allowed to threaten law and order in the state. New Telegraph had reported that the state government on March 10th suspended the NERTW operations in all parks and garages following the tensions sparked by some events in the union. While it has been identified that some masked men, not less than 100, came in chanting that they do not want MC Oluomo as the chairman of the Parks Committee that the governor wants to set up. I don't know, everything is just turning upside down. There's a lot of fracas in Lagos State. This NERTW is causing a lot of trouble because of the involvement of MC Oluomo. We can recall that MC Oluomo was suspended as the chairman of the NERTW earlier this month. They accused him of misconduct and embezzlement of funds and some other allegations which were brought against him, and this was the reason for his suspension. And now the government wants to put him in charge as the member of the 25-member. I want to put him as the chairman of the 25-member park committee that they want to put in charge of the parks and the garages. Well, Nigerians have said a lot and have commented to this news reaching them, and according to Garba Aliyu, Lagos State government is government of Agberos by Agberos and for Agberos, headed by Chief Tinubu. Well, it's not me that said it. It's a fellow Nigerian who is angry and reacting to these things happening because honestly, this country is turning into another thing if we're going to be honest. There's been a lot of crisis concerning this NERTW in the southwest area. We can say that the only place that is free of this NERTW crisis is Ekiti and Osun for now. We don't know how it's going to happen later or if it's going to escalate, but we can recall that the some elders wrote to the National Executive Council asking that they remove the president of the National Union Road Transport Worker, Alhaji Tajudeen Bawuah, saying that if he doesn't know how to conduct himself, they accuse him of misconduct, accuse him of an overbearing attitude and behavior, saying that he needs to be removed because he's the one worsening the crisis in the southwest area, saying that he's the one worsening the crisis, that he's not making things better, and that he even removed MC Oluomo without fair hearing and trial. So there's been a lot of tussle between them, a lot of back and forth, and both of them have been on loggerheads. Not only him and MC Oluomo, also Kule Poli Kule Poli, MC Oluomo, they've both been on loggerheads. We can recall that Kule Poli was just released on bail for 1 million naira after he was put in jail after they caused some fracas in the Dumota, which led to the loss of a life, and a lot of goods and properties were lost. Well, someone said, imagine they are all useless people. It's fine and well, go back to your state, or must you die in another man's land? Well, a lot of people are reacting and saying that you should go back to state, must he die in another man's land? Well, we don't actually know what is happening and everything that is happening, but all we know is that there is crisis in the there is crisis between people in the NURTW. I'm very sure there is crisis between Barra and MC Oluomo, because Barra does not want MC Oluomo there, and MC Oluomo still finds his way to enter into the picture. So I don't know what is really going on, but I hope that they settle everything, because once this thing gets out of hand, Lagos will not more be safe, because there will be a lot of fighting and people will lose their life in that extent. So it's better that they try and manage the crisis now when it's still a little bit small. Prince said, masked men, why can't they wait for arms of government to catch up with them? They are a bunch of thugs and part of the men sent packing by the Lagos state government. They will be unmasked. Ademola Akani said, exactly, they should wait and see. Masked men my foot in presence of a sitting government, lol, they will delete them all. Well, this person is saying that they are very sure that they have from the government, that why would marksmen be moving in a state where the government is sitting? Well, we don't know why they want MC Oluomo removed as the chairman of the Parks Committee and why this happened, but there's been a lot of tension, a lot of crises in the NURTW, and especially the NURTW in the southwest region. Well, somebody said, wahala dey come o Sanwo, what will you be able to control like this? Like, you don't know that Oluomo time is up. You haven't seen Agbero wahala. I pray you don't. Well, it's exactly, we haven't seen this Agbero wahala. A lot of things can go down if this crisis escalates, because it's brewing and brewing and brewing. It is packing up. Very soon it can escalate into something that shouldn't be a problem. And when crisis like this happens, at the end of the day, innocent lives are the ones that will suffer for it. Innocent lives are the ones that will be lost in that crisis, in that moment. So I pray that everything is resolved, because we are in Lagos State. Lagos State needs to be safe for its indigents. It needs to be safe for its citizens. It needs to be safe for also visitors coming in and out of Lagos State. According to Abiomo Ojo, who are tasked to fight government, Agbero's overbearing influence on Lagos State is becoming unbearable. In fact, the Lagos State created this. Well, they are blaming the Lagos State for creating the monster, for creating the Agberos, because they are the ones that started it in the first place. They are the ones that were supporting this, that were fanning the embers of these Agberos, and now this is happening. So people are blaming the government also for the lackadaisical attitude towards the Agbero, leaving them to do whatever they want to do and giving them so much power. And now that they want to revolt against the government, they are seeing a problem with it. Well, I hope everything is resolved and Lagos State becomes safe for everyone that is there. Well, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. And to our loyal listeners, we love you. Continue to turn on your notifications to get more updates from us.